Okay, this is today's homework. We did the front in class. The homework is just the back for the fraction problems. Okay. I'll start with number 8 because some students may have done number 5 already. Number 8, you have to make 3 over 10 equal to 0. So you get 3 over 10. To make it 0, you have to minus 3 over 10. Bring down that plus y equals what you do to one side, you must do to the other. This side they have 4 over 5. And then you need a minus 3 over 10 on this side. Now this is 0 right here. So you cross it out. You have left y equals, you have to find a to solve this, you need to find a common denominator. Your denominator's 5 and then 10 and 10. What can go into both? Choose the biggest of the number first and see what happens. 10. Yep, 5 can go into 10 and 10 can go into 10. So your least common denominator is 10. Notice that this 10 is the same. So you bring down that 3 over. There's no change. Now to make 5 into 10 here, you need to times the 5 by 2 to make 10. So you times the numerator also by 2. Makes 8. Subtract that. Get y equals to 5 over 10. Or reduce to divide both numbers by 5. Where you want to see it. Or you divide this number by 5. Becomes 1 over 2. That's your answer. 5 over 10 or 1 over 2 after it's reduced. Number 7, you need to put negative 1/2, make it equal to 0. So you have to add 1/3, add 1/3 here also. This gives it 0 here. You have h equals, common denominators 5 and 3. What goes into both? Start with 5. Well, 3 can't go into 5, so 5 isn't going to work. 10, 5 can go into 10, but 3 cannot, so 10 will not work. 15, 3 can go into 15, and 5 can go into 15. So your least common denominator is 15. 5 times what makes 15? 5 times 3 times 3 makes it 9. 3 times what makes 15? Times 5 times 5. This makes it 5. Add them together. Get 14 over 15 is h. Number 6. Always look for the letter side. The variable is here. You need to make the half equal to 0. So this 1/2 here, 1/2. How do we make that equal to 0? We minus a half plus the m that's there. If you minus 1/2 to this side, you need to minus 1/2 to the other side. So 3 over 4, you need to also minus a half. That makes 0. Half left m equals common denominator, because they're not the same. Take these two, 4 and 2, What can go into both? Take the biggest number and try that. 4. 4 can go into 4. 2 can go into 4, so the least common denominator is 4. Notice these are the same, so you need to put the same one on the numerator. These two are different. 2 times what makes 4? 2 times 2. Times 2 in the numerator, you get a new number 2. Minus 3 minus 2 is 1. That's your answer there. Number 5, you need to make the number on the variable side equal to 0. Make that equal to 0. You get 5 over 6. How do you make that equal to 0? You minus 5 over 6. Bring down that plus g. Bring this down over plus g. Okay, so you got 3 over 8 here. You have to also do the minus 5 over 6 on this side. Okay, you got 8 and 6, your least common denominator. Let's start counting by 8. 8 here. Nope, 6 cannot go into 8. 16, 6 cannot go into 16. 24, yep, 6 can go into 24 and 8 can go into 24. So your least common denominator is 24. 8 into 24, 3 times 3 gets you 9. 6 into 24 is 4 times 4, 20. Subtract, you get negative 11 over 24 is G. Okay, that's that one. Turn in fractions to decimal. Fractions to decimal, you divide. Top number always goes inside, bottom number's outside. Okay, you divide. 2 into 5 is 2 times 4, subtract 1. Decimal form, put a 0, bring it down 5. So this answer is equal to 2.5. Okay, top number goes inside, 1. Bottom goes out, 3. Cannot go in, put a 0. Then put a decimal. Decimal, add a 0 only inside. Goes in 3 times. 9, remainder 1. Put another 0, bring it down. The same 3 into 10. Goes in 3 times. 9. Next one. It keeps repeating. So your answer is 0.3, repeating on the 3. That's your answer. This keeps repeating. Okay? Next one, same thing. You know the drill. 7 goes inside, 9 goes out. Same thing on number 4. 5 goes inside, 10 goes out. And divide. Okay, you should know how to do these ones. 1 negative and 1 positive, you subtract. So 11 minus 6 gets you 5 positive because the bigger number is positive. Okay, you got 2 negatives here. You add 2 negatives. You add them. Okay, notice 2 negatives, 1, 2. I'm going to cross out this one right here. You add them. Negative 76. Bigger number takes the sign. 1 negative, you subtract. That's a positive 7. Bring it down. You subtract that. So 3, 1. Biggest number is negative. The answer is negative. Okay, you continue doing that. This here is 2 negatives. 2 negatives you add. Take the small one here. 2 negatives you add, you get 11, and the biggest number takes the sign. Create a double-digit addition integer problem where the sum is negative. Explain why your answer is negative. Okay, create a double-digit integer problem. Double digit is like 52, where the sum is negative, so where your answer is a negative answer. Okay, so if I have a negative 52, in order to be a negative, my second number has to be smaller than the top. Okay, so let's say 30. That could get you a negative 22. So let's explain why your answer is negative. Your answer is negative because the bigger number takes the sign. In adding and subtracting, the biggest number, and my biggest number is 52, has a negative. That's why my answer is negative. Okay, so this will be on your next quiz or something. I will have one. So I need to, and you can have any number. Let's say you want a different one. Let's say negative 100 minus 90. Positive 90, you get negative 10. The reason why it's negative, the bigger number takes the sign. Explain how your answer is negative. The answer is negative because in addition, its sum takes the sign of the biggest number. Okay, and that's it. Alrighty.